The focus of today's session is word tracks and why they are critical. And the purpose of today is to help encourage our dealers to use word tracks and coach on rebuttals and also track performance metrics to drive more consumer acquisitions.
Inbound calls have always been a pain point where a lot of BDC training companies and call tracking services have really made their mark on helping dealers to see the vulnerability that they have with inbound calls, and that primarily is related to sales, but it's very applicable for acquisition as well.
I'd like to point out that having an effective and efficient process means that all the sellers will receive the same type of guest treatment when they contact the dealership about selling their vehicles.
The professional, well-crafted word tracks and rebuttals, what they're going to permit for a dealer and a buying center would be that they're professional, they're consistent, they're scalable because you're coaching on a very specific set of criteria. And when you coach your reps and you have provided some information to make them better at their job, you're going to provide confidence to those agents.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the equivalent of a checklist. When you fly a plane, you have a checklist, and it's unique to each plane, obviously. But that's why flying is so safe, because you don't miss anything prior to taking off. In medicine, it's the same way. They have checklists now. In the medical field, so that nurses and doctors go through the same procedures each time, so that eliminates problems down the road. So same idea here. You've got your word tracks, which is basically your checklist. You're not having to call that person back to get information you could have got the first time.
To sum it up, like we had started with, is that our goal was really to encourage our dealers to utilize the word tracks to really coach on word tracks and rebuttals, and then to use the performance metrics to drive the business. And ultimately, it's going to lead to more results of acquisitions from consumers. So these are fundamental practices that do work. We watch them work every day in dealers that employ them, and we watch some dealers that struggle by not employing word tracks like the ones that we've suggested in here. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Ryan. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you next month.